In this video I'm going to show you how to replace the spark plugs from this Peugeot 107. The same procedure is going to be on a Citroen C1 and Toyota Aygo. So we will have to remove the air filter housing cover in order to get access to the spark plugs. And we've got here the coil packs with the connectors. Now if I start this engine when it's cold, it's going to vibrate a lot. Obviously this can be from many reasons. However, I suspect that the spark plugs needs replacement because the owner of the car said that it was never replaced, and this car has 120,000 kilometers on it, and the change interval is 60,000 kilometers. It's possible that it will come out easy just like this. This middle one has a shorter wire, so let's unplug the connector. It's gonna be a lot easier. As you can see, these bolts are almost welded in there. We gotta install this back on the same cylinder I took it off from, because in that way I can diagnose it a lot better in case that we've got a misfire. And on some cars these coil packs are coded for each cylinder, so it's a good practice to install them back from the same cylinder you remove them from. Alright, so this one comes out like this. If you have a look on the spark plug holes, everything looks clean. There are absolutely no debris. This is what you want to see. Now you're going to need a 60mm spark plug socket with an extension. Make sure that you've got a good contact in there, and do not apply sudden force. Just make sure that the plug will come out easy from there. And this one is definitely stuck in there, and it does require a lot more force than it's required to tighten it back. I will add just a couple of drops of oil, like 5 or 6 drops on each cylinder, and in that way the spark plugs will come out easier next time. So yeah, from this point I will install back the coil packs and let the car drive for a couple of days. I believe this is a better solution than just breaking the spark plug in there, because then you're gonna have a tremendous job. Okay, so finally it looks like we can remove the spark plugs. Now it makes a lot of sense. Look at that gap there. That's like over 2mm of gap, and the tip of the spark plug is completely corroded. So from this point it looks like once I replace the spark plugs, this engine is gonna run very smooth. Now I've got here 1mm file. You can see there is some space left. That's gonna be like at least 0.5 mm more. Now this is the name of the original spark plug, and they will come pre-gapped. As you can see, this one has that little tip, while on the old one there was nothing there left. So this is a 0.65mm gap. Okay, you can see it goes perfectly in there. Now let's go ahead and install the new spark plugs. Before that, make sure that you clean the threads if you added the oil to remove the spark plugs before. Then place the plug on the socket and begin to tighten it by hand. Now the torque spec is between 15 and 18 foot-pounds, depending on the status of the threads. If they are lubricated, obviously apply less force. If it was difficult to remove the coil packs, then it's a good idea to use some dielectric grease. So in that way, next time the coil pack will come out easier. For these bolts, go with 5 foot-pounds. And let's reinstall the air filter housing now. We gotta place it on the throttle body. If your car has this engine, go ahead and check out the playlist in the description below. I've got a couple of more useful videos. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.